जयते रामं रमेशं भजे रामेणाभिहता निशाचरचमू रामाय तस्मै नमः रामान्नास्ति परायणं परतरं रामस्य दासोऽस्म्यहम् रामे चित्तलयः सदा भवतु मे भो राम मामुद्धर राम रामेति रामेति रमे रामे मनोरमे सहस्रनाम तत्तुल्यं राम नाम वरानने श्रीराम नाम वरानन ओं नम इति। अथ श्री माहेश्वर सूत्राणि अ इ उण् रुल् ऋक् ए ओङ् ऐ औच् हयवरट् लण् ञ मङ ण नम् झबैञ् घडदश् जबगडदश् खफ छ ठ थ छ ठ थव खपै श श सर हल इति माहेश्वर सूत्राणि. Again, today is Jan 12th. Today is a lot of 12th. Today is Jan 12th, Dinankah Dvadashaha, Samvatsarankah. The year is also 2012, and we are doing the 12th Sarga, the Raghuvamsham. Okay, so last time we were on this, I think we finished number 66. Today we have to start 67. Saptashashtitama shlokaha arabhyate. These slokas are quite easy today. I think we can go. There should be not much of a problem, but let's see. Sapratasthirinashaya Harisainyranudrutaha na kevalam bhuvah prishthe vyomni samvad vartibhihi. Okay, so sapratasthirinashaya Harisainyranudrutaha na kevalam bhuvah prishthe vyomni samvad vartibhihi. So one more time, sa pratasteri nashaya hari sainyranudritaha na kevalam bhuva prushthe vyomni samvadavarthibihi. But the cheda is saha ramaha from the prior shlokaha pratasthe ari nashaya hari sainyaihi anudritaha. So when you make the sandhi, you can become hari sainyranudritaha. So Harisainyaihi anudritaha become Harisainyai anudritaha. So Padacheda is Harisainyaihi anudritaha. Na kevalam bhuvaha prishthe vyomni samvadha vartibhihi. So if you want to spot, in fact, Ven is joining us today. Actually, so Ven is here. How are you, Ven? Can you hear me, Ven? Well, you're unmuted now, so you can hear me probably. Okay, anyway. So the Tingantam Padam is Pratasthe. Pratasthe Tingantam Padam. We can always start attacking the sentence from the Tingantam Padam, because that is the action word in the sentence. We have talked about this previously many times. So Tingantam Padam is Pratasthe. Pratasthe. And Pratasthe, if you look at the commentary, Chachala. Chachala. Very straightforward. This dhatu is chal, chachal is, as you can recognize, see all these daily examples which you're getting every day, which is, these all examples like jaguhu, chachal. So if you look at daily examples, you have a similar example, you'll have a word like, let's see, like babhasha, jaguhu, so chachal is very similar to our daily examples. So you should be finding some word here. So if you go to calendar here, you can search for all these. And so chachala, just like pratasthe, is pratham purusha ek vachanam lit lakaraha. So let's try to find one here. We can go here and see papuho, upajahara, yushuho, jajvaluho. Trying to find an example like chachala, ajagmuho, chakruho, uchuho, vibheda, Chukrosha, Krurodha, Tutosha, Momocha, Abhuva. Chachar, how about this one? Chachar. So this is, so if you look at this daily example, which is Chachar. So all the steps for Chachal is similar to this. So Chachara and Chachala are very similar. So in the commentary Protasthe is Chachala. Means he moved, he set out. Chachala, he set out. So dhatu in this case will be chal. Otherwise steps are the same. Lit lakaraha. Then pratya tip comes in. Tip becomes null. and then we get the abhyasa karyam, become chal, and then of course haladisheshaha, and then atopadhayaha. So here it is this is pratastesh chala. Now what is how does from prataste come from? This from the dhatu shtha gati nivritta, as you can probably suspect. So let's go through that form, prataste. So we start with here shtha gati nivritta. This dhatu is prasiddha dhatu. We've seen this many times, like tishtati. So is to stay, but so tishtati is to stay. But like in English, right, stha is to stay. But we say prastha is to set out, to go out, is to begin a journey. Prastha is to go out, to set out. So actually, if you look at Apte very quickly, see meaning of prastha. Prasthanam. Prastha like depart. In English, we would like to depart. It would be a good meaning of prastha. Prastha is to depart. Prastha is to depart. Prastha, it gets prastha. So to set out, you see, to set out, to depart, to advance, to march towards. So these are, meanings of prastha. So only thing here is that the prataste is a atmanipad prayogaha. Atmanipadam has been used over here. So how do you justify that? That is one issue. So the two things with prataste. One is the atmanipadam. The second is that the abhyasa karyam, we have this Sutram 7461, which is Apavada for Haladishesha. So let's go through the steps. We start with start. Are you there? Is that you, Ven?
Yes, I'm back.
You're back. Can you hear me now?
Computer problems.
Can you hear me now? You can hear me now, right?
Yeah, I have to just increase the volume. Yeah.
No, you can hear back. We can hear you fine.
Volume is there.
But we can hear you fine. Your volume is fine. Okay, so shtha-gati nivrittau, and then that becomes stha because of course dhatva adeshassaha. The adi shakara becomes sakaraha. Then nimittapaye naimittikasyaapyapayaha. So that's so the tha goes back to stha. So it becomes stha. 1 second. Okay, so that's what we have. So one more time, the dhatu is shtha-gati nivrittau. So the dhatu adeshassaha, the shakara becomes sakaraha, and then nimitta apaya namittikasyaapyapayaha. We use this many times in the examples. So the thakara which came by shunashtu reverts back to thakara. We get stha. And then when you prastha plus lit, of course, paroksha lit, the usual steps, anubandha lopaha, and then tip tajji. Now the question is that here, this dhatu shtha is a prasnapadi dhatu. But it is a Vishesha Sutram, special Sutram. Look at the number here, 1322. See, I think we are now quite familiar with this section in 1.3, starting from 1312, Nudattagnyata Atmanepadam, which we use all the time, right? 1312. If you see a number like 1322, you can immediately start recognizing, what kind of Sutram this might be, because 1312 we start with Anudattagnyata Atmanepadam. And so there Atmanipadam starts from there, from 1312. And then it goes all the way down until, so 1312 starts Anudattagnyata Atmanipadam. And then we have, in between we have some dhatus which might take, so here 1372 which we use all the time, which is Sritagnitaha Katrivipraya Kriyaphale. And then below starts 1378 Sheshat Kartri Parsipadam. So basically a number like 1322 will tell us this is a sutram which tells us to use Atmanepadam. So the sutram is very straightforward. It says Sama va pravibhyastaha. So Sam ava pravibhyastaha. So one of the upasargas are there. So it says Sam ava pravi iti evam Purvat Tishtater Atmanipadam Bhavati. So this, you have to remember the sutras are, some of these are not very commonly used, but dhatu stha is a very common dhatu. And upasarga also quite common. So this is a sutra you might want to start remembering, is that at least in the back of your mind, you can remember this, some sutram is there which makes stha an Atmanipadi dhatu. Under certain circumstances, of course. Circumstances are if you have the upasarga as sam, ava, pra, or vi, then you use the Atmanepadam with Dhatu Shtag in the Vrittau. So it becomes Pratisthate. So by this Sutra 1322, we use a Atmanepadam, use Atmanepadam, and so we get the pratyata, because vivaksha is pratham purusha ekvachanam, because Rama pratasthe, so it's a third person singular. So then what happens is that litasthajay or reshirech, which we have used many times now. So if you're following daily examples, this should be quite straightforward for you. For example, over here you can, if you want to practice, you can look at a form like chakre, like adade. So in all these forms we have used the sutram, which is the litasthajay reshirech. As we have said repeatedly, that 3478 only puts the D for stiptasji. They get amended variously depending on the lakara, depending on some other things. So you should finish off 3-4. The remaining sutra in 3-4 after 3478 should be looked at immediately after applying 3478. So here is a sutra, litasthajay reshirech. What it says is that when in place of lit, meaning the pratyaya ta or ja, respectively take a sarvadesha of esh and irech. In the esh you have the talav shakar as an it, so you get anekashi sarvasya. So the entire pratyaya ta gets replaced, so we don't have to worry about alontyasya, because that's overruled by anekashi sarvasya. As we mentioned many times, if you talk about any adesha, or to think of a substitution, always think of this Sutra Chatushtayam, which is starting from Alontyasya, Nitya, Adef Parasya, Anekashi Sarvasya. Because they tell you which part will get substituted. So default is Alontyasya, only the ending letter gets substituted. But Anekashi Sarvasya, because the pratyaya is Esh, so the endings, the shakar is an it, so we get the entire pratyaya ta goes away, so we get the ekara in place of ta, so we get the form prastha e. And now we do abhyasa karyam because of durvachanechi. Durvachanechi tells us that if you have a ach, which is the dvitva nimittakaha, then there will be no adesha in place of an ach in the angam based on this ach, which is the nimittam for dvitvam, until abhyasa is done. So one more time, dirvachanechi, we have used that also many times in daily examples now already. So dirvachanechi is over here. Is that when reduplication is pending, a substitution, in this case lopa of the akara by ato lopa iticha, shall not be made in place of a vowel on the basis of a vowel, in this case the ekaraha, that is the cause of reduplication. So dirvachanechi, what it's telling us to do is that do abhyasa first. Do not do a adesha in place of an ach of this angam. In this case, we are going to apply ato lopa iticha, but that is going to have to wait. This is going to have to wait till abhyasa is done. If you want to do some homework, look at 1159 durvachanechi. Basically, we have an ach over here, which is the nimittam for dvitvam. That we cannot do a adesha in place of an ach in the angam based on this ach, which is the ekaraha, which is the mittam for dvitvam, until abhyasa is done. So we first apply liti dhatu anabhyasasya, and then we get prastha e. Now what happens? Haladi sheshaha. Haladi sheshaha, we should have removed the thakaraha, because haladi shesha 7460 says that adirhal shishyate anya lupyante. So the adirhal is the sakara here. So that should have meant if you should have left the sakara behind and removed the thakaraha. But the apavada is this one, 7461, sharpurvashkayaha. We'll be seeing this shortly in maybe this Saturday or maybe next Saturday class, is sharpurvashkayaha. It's an important apavada for haladishesha. What it says is that if you have sharpurvashkayaha shishyan, let's look at this 7461. So if you have a shar khai conjunct, a shar khai conjunct. What is khai? Ka pa cha ta tha cha ta ta ka pai sha sha sar. So khai will be referring to the first two, prathama varna, dvitiya varna. So it's the first two letters of the 5x5 matrix, the vargiya consonants. So if you have a shar plus khai conjunct, What do we have right now? We have sakara thakara. This sakara, of course, sar is a shar, and then thakara is the khai. When that happens, then sharpurva khaya shishyante. So that khai will remain behind, the shar will be removed. So one more time. Normally we would have taken away the thakara here by haladishesha 7460. Because only a hal can remain in abhyasa only if it's the first member. Right now the sakara is the first member, so that would have survived. Thakara would have taken lopaha. But sharpurva khaya says that if you have a shar khai conjunct, which is in this case sakara thakara, then the khai letter, which is thakara, that will survive. The shar will take lopaha. So let's look at the vritti of the sutram. So sharpurva khaya, we'll be doing it very shortly in our Saturday class, maybe this coming Saturday. Sharpurva khaya is an apavada for haladishesha. Sharpurva khaya is an apavada for haladishesha. Sharpurva khaya. So that will be 7461. 7461 is here. Sharpurva khaya. Let's see what the vritti says. Is that abhyasasya sharpurva khaya shishyante anye halo lupyante. So this one. So this is that in the abhyasaha, if you have a khai, which is ka pa cha ta tha cha ta tau, and then so ka pa cha ta tha cha ta tau ka pai, which prathama varna dvitiya varna. So letter 1 or 2 of the varga, and if you have a shar part to it in a conjunct, of course, nothing intervening, then the khai will survive. Others will take lopaha. So 7461 applies, and the sakara takes lopaha, thakara remains behind, and of course then we do rasvaha. And now what we do is this a is a kit pratyaya by asanyoga lit kita. 125 asanyoga lit kita. Apit lit kit syat. This is not a pit, there's no pitness over here. So this a becomes a kit pratyaya. Then we do ato lopa iticha. Ato lopa iticha. So akaranta mangam will take lopaha. You look at this number 6464. This is in the section of ardhadhatuke. Ardhadhatuke. So if you have pratyaya, which is sanya of ardhadhatukam, remember litcha. By sutram litcha 34115, the tipta ji, when they come in place of lit, normally they would have had a sanya of sarvadhatukam by tingshit sarvadhatukam. But litcha says that when the tipta ji come in place of lit lakaraha, then in that case they get sanya of ardhadhatukam. So this pratyaya a has sanya of ardhadhatukam. It's a kit pratyaya because of asanyoga lit kit, and therefore the akaranta mangam will take lopaha alontyasya. The ending akara takes lopaha. Of course, we use this sutra many times. It says that ajadyor ardhadhatukayoho knititoho parayoho ato lopaha. So 6464 applies. So either the pratyaya should be kit or myat, or it has to be idagamaha. There's no idagama right now, but the pratyaya is a kit pratyaya. Asanyoga lit kit, and so the akara takes lopaha, and then we do abhyasa charcha. In the abhyasa, the mahaprana becomes alpaprana. So pratasthe. So again, there are these two rules here, special rules. One is that samava pravibhyastha atmanipada pratyaha. When the dhatu shtha gati nivritta is preceded by one of these upasargas, sam, ava, pra or vi, it takes atmanipadam. And then secondly, sharpurva khayaha apavada for haladisheshaha. So then we get so chachala means, so what we have so far is ramaha pratasthe. Now we got the basic action in the verb. Ramaha set out. He set out. He departed. And then there is now the rest of it are like just like clauses or completing the sentence. So let's follow the commentary. He says okay, you know what, let's do some padanvaya before going to the commentary. It says arinashaya. So now you can just add, this is like you got the basement of the building now. You have to add these different structures on top of that. First thing we can do is take arinashaya. So arinam nasha, very straightforward, shashti samasaha. So destruction of the enemies. Arinashaya. So for destruction of the enemies he set out. So arinashaya pratasthe. So Shiramaha set out for destroying the enemy, and then he has one adjective is anudrutaha. Dru is to move, to flow. So anudru is to follow. Anudrutaha means followed. Anuddritaha is followed. This, of course, the nishtha pratyaya 3 to 102. Nishtha Taktavatu Nishtha. This is a passive usage by 3, 4, 70. Tayoreva Krityakta Kalarthaha. We've done this many, many times. 3, 4, 70. So Anuddritaha is followed. Sri Ramaha, he set out to destroy the enemy, and he was followed. Followed by whom? Hari Sainyair Anuddritaha. Hari Sainyair Anuddritaha. So means he was followed by the armies of the monkeys. Harinam Sainyaihi Anuddritaha. So what we have so far is that, and Hari Sainyair is Hari Sainyani, that is the Karta. But because you have a passive sentence, the Karta has gone in Tritiya Vibhakti by 2, 3, 18. Kartrukarnayos Tritiya. So therefore, so far what you have is that Sri Ramaha, followed by the armies of the monkeys, set out to destroy the enemy. And now these armies of the monkeys have an adjective to them, which is Samvadhavartibhi. Samvadhavartibhi. Look at the commentary. Samvadhavartibhi says Sankatagamibhir. Sankatagamibhir. Samvadha. Samvadha means like to crowd, to block, roadblock. So Svartin means to exist or to move. So the monkey armies were moving in such a way that they were blocking. They were moving into creating problems, creating roadblocks. So Samvadhena. So you can take it as, I put in the document here. So let's look at quickly Apte what Samvadha. So Badh is to obstruct, to torment, to trouble. But Samvadha is to kind of to cram together or to crowd. Samvadha. So Samvadha is to crowd. So they were moving. These monkey was moving in such a way so that they were blocking the road. Block Samvadhavartibhi. So Samvadha. Let me see what Apte says for Samvadha. Samvadha. Okay, let me see. Sometimes he may not give Samvadha. Samvadha. Okay. Maybe he might give like this. Samvadha. Okay, good. Samvadha. Samvadha is thronged or crowded. So being thronging or crowding, pressing on, striking, hurting, obstruction, difficulty, danger, impediment, Samvadha. Okay, so that's what it means, Samvadha. So what we have is Upapada Samasa here. Rutu Vartane is to exist, to be, to move, to conduct yourself. So Samvadhavartivi means they were existing in, or they were moving, they were conducting themselves such as to create blocks, create impediments. Samvadhavartivi. So what we do is here is that we can take it in a couple of ways that we can take it. Samvadham yatha syat tatha. When you see the expression yatha syat tatha, it's an adverb. Means we have an adverb. Remember this expression, yatha syat tatha. This is a technical expression that the action is being done in this manner. Yatha syat, such that they were moving such that there was a crowd. So yatha syat tatha means they were moving. So samvadam yatha syat tatha vartante samvada vartinaha. Or samvadena vartante. They're moving in crowds. They're moving by crowds. So they're moving by large groups crammed together. So samvada vartinaha. In either case we use sutram because upapada samasaha. What is upapada samasaha? Means that you have a dhatu with a pratyaha as the uttara bhaga of the samasaha, and that does not have swatantriyam. Means that we cannot say vartate iti varti. We cannot say that. So that vartin depends on the upapadam being there in order to exist. That's the basic test of a upapada samasaha. Is this uttara bhaga, which is vrit plus nini, cannot exist without the upapadam. So sutram. So anytime you want to form any samasa, we discussed many times, you have to find a sutram in 2.1 or 2.2, the Ashtadhyayi, and the single sutram here is upapadam, a thing. And then which is the qualified upapadam? You have to go with adhikara of, which is the tatropapadam saptamistham. Tatropapadam saptamistham. So in from 3.192 to end of chapter 3 is that anything which is in technical saptami that can qualify as an upapadam. Sutram here is, which you use many times, is supya jato ninistachilye. So when you have any sup, it doesn't have to be karma. Any sup, it should be ajato, supya jato, not a jati vachaka shabda. Then pratyarnini can be used tachilye when we're doing it all the time. So samvad plus ta, we can either use dvitiya, we can either use tritiya. So samvadam yathasya tatha atva samvadena vartante or ta. And then we get, of course, the usual steps chutu, upadesh jananasika it, so swanubandha lopaha. In the meanwhile, we do the puganta lagupatasya cha uran raparaha. I hope by this time these steps are quite straightforward. We get vartin. And then this or ta will take a look by supo dhatu pradipadikayoha, because when you get a samasaha, the samasa gets a pradipadika sanya. By krit is a samasascha, we get supluk by supo dhatu pradipadikayoha. So samvada vartin. So one more time, samvada vartin. It's like ushna bhojan. So one who eats, like shaka harin, all these are very common words, so this is used a lot. So if you have upadam, which can be any soup, then we can use this pratyarnini with a dhatu in the sense of somebody who does it. So shakahari is one who habitually eats vegetables, so and ushna bhojan who already who eats hot food habitually, not once in a while. So samvada vartin, and then of course when you make titya bhuvachanam, vartin plus bis pratyaha, angam gashta padasanya by swadishva sarnamasthane, 1417, and nakar lopaha by nalopa prajapadikantasya, by 827, nakar lopaha. So that, I'm assuming you are familiar with that, just like yogin shabdaha, yogi bhe, so varti bhe, nakar lopaha by nalopaha prajapadikantasya. So sambhada vartibhi sankatagami. So they who were moving, treacherously, kind of with creating blocking the way. And then now we have, so far what do we have is that Sri Ramaha set out to destroy the enemy, and he was followed by these armies of the monkeys who were moving about, in this in a blocking manner in crowds. And then we have, see, na kevalam bhuvah prushthe vyomni api. So na kevalam means not only. Kevalam means ekam, not that alone. You supply, parantu, you supply here, but also vyomni. So of course bhuvaha is shashti ekvachanam of pradipadikam bhu. The sutram that we use is 6477. If you want to do some homework, you can look on the website for 6477. Achishta dhatu bhruvam, yor young vangau. I hope that by this time you have heard this many times. So if you have an ach letter following an angam, which is ending in the, so here it is, achishta dhatu bhruvam, yor young vangau. Says that shnu pratyayantasya ivarno varnantasya dhator bhru ityasya changasya cha iyang uvangau staha ajado pratyaye pare. These vrittis are so beautiful. You try to understand them and appreciate them, please. So as I say, any sutram, first of all, keep on repeating it until you are no longer afraid of it. Second thing is that read the vritti, understand it, and make sense of it. So first we have the ivaranantam uvaranantam angam. And this ivarana, uvarana in this case is belonging to dhatu. Dhatu is bhu. And then what happens? It takes the uvangadeshaha when we get the ajado pratyay pare. So what we have is bhu plus nyas and anubandha lope as by lashakvatadite navivakta utusmaha. So then we get anubandha lope as, so that u becomes uva. So if you want to practice 6477 sutram, bhuvaha is prithivyaha. Prishtam is on the back. I think you can see on the surface. Prishtam is back, you can also say surface. So not only on the surface of the earth, but akashe api, vyomni. So you see how this entire thing just is tagging on to the harisainyai. This is what I mean. To get the basic sentence, you don't need to tackle all this at all. This entire thing in the second line is just an adjective. This is the adjective really, samvadavartibhi. And then this is also a clause tagging on to that. So this entire thing, second line, is only tagging on to harisainyai. In fact, harisainyai is also not required. That's only because Sri Rama was followed by them. So the simple sentence is simply Rama pratasthe arinashaya. So Sri Rama has set out, departed to destroy the enemies. Then he was followed by these armies of monkeys that are moving in this manner, creating roadblocks, and they were moving in this manner not only on the face of the earth, the surface of the earth, but also in the sky. Now Vyomni Pratipadika is Vyoman. So there if you want to practice the sutram, like Rajan becomes Rajni. So I think Vyoma is like Namanam, so because this is Napumsakalinga Shabda, Vyoma. So Vyoman. So you apply sutram, which is the Alloponaha. Allop, Akar Lopa. Angam gets the Basanya, Vyoman plus Ni. Anubandha lope I lashakvatadite. So by Yachibham Angam gets Basanyan Alloponaha. If you have an antamangam, ending in an, that akar of an takes lopa having the angam as the Basanya Alloponaha. So Vyoman. So that is you can look at over here. So Vyoman is Akashe. Nabhasi Akashe. So they were moving around, they were moving about, not just on the surface of the earth, but they were also cramming up the atmosphere, the sky. So Vyoman is neuter Pratipadikam, the atmosphere, the sky. Okay, let's see what we have in the comments. So see like fairly straightforward verses, nothing really too special here. So Kevalam Ekam, so not there alone, not only basically Ekam. Bhuva Prishte is Bhutale. He says Prishte means in the back of the earth, means on the face of the earth, surface of the earth means on the Bhutale, he says. Na Kintu, you supply Kintu. So he says Na Kevalam means it implies a Kintu. Na Kevalam Bhuva Prishte Kintu Vyomni api. On the Vyomni cha. Samvadavartibhi Sankatagamibhi. We talked about that. Sankatam is in impediments, so creating impediments. Who were moving in such a manner so that they were creating problems. Harisainyaihi Kapibalaihi. See, Harisainyaihi Kapibalaihi with the army of the monkeys. Anudrataha Anvitaha means followed. See, Anudrata can also meaning of chased. Not like Rama was chased by them, he was only followed by them. So you see, because when the commentator gives the comment, Anudru is sometimes can mean like to chase somebody. But here it means we were just followed by them. Son. So son means being followed by them. Son is Pratama Ekvachanam of Pratipadikam Sat, means being. Spullinga Pratama Ekvachanam. Saharamaha Arinasha Prataste Chachala. Alright, Rom, you ready, Wayne? You try this one? You there, Wayne?
Okay.
Alright, so
Yes,
Nagaraji is here, but since today you are the guest of honor, Atithi. Atithi Pujanartham. Avasarha Diyate. You're given a chance. Okay, you know what? Excuse me. I have to get my page ready. Hold on, I didn't forget that. Pramadaha Kshamyatam. Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, let me see. This is number 67, right? Okay, give me 1 second. I don't have the page ready. Okay, 67. We got it. 67. Okay, 67. Here it is. Okay. So he is Saha, he. And then set out. Prataste. For the destruction is Nasha. And then of his enemy is Arinasha. It's about a compound. Arinam, Shatrunam, Nashaya. Followed. Anudrutaha. Anvitaha. By is the Tritiya Vibhakti is the by is the Tritiya Vibhakti here.
Right.
Legions
of monkey.
Yeah, that is his. What is that?
Let's see here. Harisainyaihi.
Harisainyaihi, but the monkey armies. Crowding their passage. Samvadavartibhi. Not is what? And only is Kevalam. Ekam. On the surface
of the earth. Surface Prishte
of the earth.
Bhuvaha.
But you supply the but Kintu.
Yes.
That Kintu api, that's also a supply. In the sky is
Vyoma, Vyomni.
Saptami Akashe. Good. Welcome back. So in the sky. Saptami Ekvachanam. Not only in the sky. Okay, good. It's very fairly straightforward, nothing that complicated.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
But it's good to get some confidence. This is Kalidasa, so you can get, at least you can, even if you get some simple verses, build up some confidence, then we can try to attack more easier. Because if you can get, I think by this time, I hope that at least by the basic sentence, we should be able to catch. Fairly straightforward. Okay, let's try the next one.
Yes.
Say, says that, Nivishtam udade kule tam prapede vibhishanaha snehad rakshasa lakshmyeva buddhim avishya choditaha. Nivishtam udade kule tam prapede vibhishanaha snehad rakshasa lakshmyeva buddhim avishya choditaha. Nivishtam udade kule tam prapede vibhishanaha snehad rakshasa lakshmyeva buddhim avishya choditaha. Okay, let's see. Let's give Ven a chance. Let's hear. Tapadacheda Ven, you tried?
We'll try.
Try, okay.
Nivishtam
udadhehe
kule tam prapede vibhishanaha sneha adrakshasa.
No, try again. What could it be? What are you thinking of? What is your strategy here? What are you thinking of? Try something. Let's see how it works.
Sneha. Snehad.
Snehad. Because see, if you say snail like Ramu Shabda, right?
Yeah.
So there's.
I thought that maybe it was
Samasa.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, it could have been, but Sneha is the Ramavatta. So if you should try all the uses of the Rama Shabda, right?
Yeah.
So Snehasya, Snehe, Snehena, and Ramat Snehat. That fits. So Snehat, okay.
Snehad.
Try the next one.
Rakshasa.
Rakshasa is straightforward. Rakshasa.
Lakshmi Iva.
Lakshmi Iva will give you what, Kevin? If you did that. Be Lakshmi River. Be Lakshmi River. Lakshmi River. So try something else. What could it be?
Lakshmi. Take
the Eva out of it. What's left behind? What are the two choices? If you take Eva out, what's left behind? This is a tactic. Eva is there, right?
Right.
So remove the Eva out of the equation. So something plus X plus Eva is giving you Lakshmi Eva. So what could X be?
Oh my God, my sandhis.
Ad gunaha. This is Pani Sutram. Ad gunaha. So it should be an avarna. Be Lakshmya or Lakshmya Eva.
Lakshmya Eva. Oh.
So it has to be Lakshmya Eva. Because Lakshmya doesn't make any sense. It should be Lakshmi, because Ad Gunaha. If you have Avarnaha, right, followed by the Ach, then Puraparayoho Ekadesha is Guna. So Adeng Gunaha. That's why, the Pani rules of Panini are meant to be like that, because they work. They do the job. So, and there's no, so Ad Gunaha. If you assume with the word Ad, so Avarna is the Adhikara Puraparayoho. Eka Puraparayoho. So Ad Gunaha says that Avarnad Achipare. Puraparayor Eko Guna Adesha Syat. Avarnad Achipare. Puraparayor Eko Guna Adesha Syat. Your time is best spent repeating the Susas of Panini, followed by the Vritti of Bhattacharya Dikshita.
Yes.
So Avarnad Achipare. So what we have? Lakshmya, Akaraha, Achipare, followed by the Ikara of Iva. Puraparayoho. Ekaha, single substitute, Guna Adesha, Adeng Gunaha. And the closest one is the Ekara here, so Adeshasya. Okay, so Lakshmya Iva.
Lakshmya Iva.
Of course, Lakshmya is Tritya Ekvachanam of Lakshmi Pradipadikkam. And then? Buddhim, yeah, straightforward. Avishya, straightforward, yeah.
Cha Uditaha.
What are you trying? Cha Uditaha?
Udita. Oh, I said Udita. Udita. Yeah.
So, what's the other possibility? Yes, sir, Ramaji, go ahead. 1 second. Yeah. Yes, sir. You have a question? Surya, your hand is up. I'll leave you unmuted in case.
Yes, Satish ji.
Yes, I can hear you now. Go ahead, please.
Lakshmi hi Iva.
Become
And
Lakshmi.
Lakshmi.
It'll become Lakshmi River. Because of Sasaji Show Ruhu. Like Hari River, Lakshmi River, Lakshmi. It'll become, if you take Pratama Ekvachanam, between Lakshmi, become Lakshmi's Sasaji Show Ruhu, and then Lakshmi River.
Yeah.
So so that will not work. If you take Lakshmi Iva also will not work. Only Lakshmiya Iva works. Take Lakshmiyaha also will not work. So that will not work. So yeah, so there's no other possibility. Only Lakshmiya Iva is only possibility. So Vain, try again.
So actually, cha uditaha.
Could be possible. What else is possible?
Oh, okay. What else is possible? Okay.
Choditaha. Single word, choditaha.
Oh, single word. Oh, okay.
Chud is to propel, is to urge. So chodanam.
Okay.
Chodanam is to push ahead, to propel. Of course, in Hindi it's a bad meaning. What I'm saying is but in Sanskritam it doesn't have that vulgar meaning in Sanskritam.
Okay.
Chodanam is just to propel, to push forward,
Okay.
So, so choditaha is a single word. It's dhatu chud. Okay, so what is the Tingantam Padam here, man? Okay. Try it. Which one could it be? See, it's not Vibhishana clearly. It's not Tam. It's not Kule. It's not
Prabede.
Prapede, exactly. Prapede.
Yeah.
You want, of course, pra is upasarga, you can recognize that, right? So pede. Try to take a guess. What could be the lakara? What could it be? In fact, we just talked about that. It'll be like pratasthe, pratasthe is the same. It's the same kind of usage.
Yeah.
Only thing here is you have your abhyasa lopa and etvam you have over here. In pratasthe we had no abhyasa lopa. The to is the abhyasa bhagaha and this is the dhatu bhagas pratasthe. But here in pede or main, like I said in Bhagavad Gita, there is no example unfortunately in lit atmanipadam. So I cannot give a Gita example for this. So pede, lebhe, reme, all these are examples where you apply 64120, which is going to be a topic of this Saturday class. 64120. In this coming Saturday class, you will have the pleasure of discussing 64120. Let me see if I can pull up a document for you. I might have it here. No, this is 64120. 64120. No, okay. Anyway, so 64120 is a sutram. Let's follow the steps. So dhatu is a very famous dhatu pad. Padagatau is normally used with upasarga like sampatti, vipatti, prapatti, apatti, all these, pratipatti. So prapad is to approach, move towards, to approach, to come towards. So comes in Gita, Shadiman Tam Prapannam, famous shloka of Gita. Nahi prapashami mamapanudya yachokam uchoshanam indriyanam avapya bhuvama vasapatnam ruddham rajyam saranam pichadhipatyam. So it says, prior to that, I'm sorry, I give the wrong shloka. This is 2.7 in Bhagavad Gita. Arjuna says, please teach me, who has surrendered to Prapad is also to surrender. To surrender. Prapad meaning what? Surrender. So
Prapadyate, yeah.
Prapadyate. So it says that Karpanya doshopatasya bhavaha pritchamittam dharmasya mudha chetaha yachreyasya nishitam bruhitan me shishyasteham shadiman tam prapannam. Here it is. Prapannam. So prapannam. So prapad is, I have surrendered to you. Please teach me. In fact, this is, of course, this is not a Gita class, but this is the contribution between Arjuna and Duryodhana. Arjuna comes to Krishna and says, I am surrendered to you, please teach me. Duryodhana says that he accuses his teacher of doing something wrong. In the beginning itself, he says to Dronacharya, that because of you, these people are now attacking me because you taught them unnecessarily. He says, because in the beginning, because there's 2 minutes of Gita class, is that it says the beginning is that, Tavashishena dhimata. So it says that this army has been arrayed by your pupil. So you taught him. So now he is not. So this is how Duryodhana approaches his teacher, accusing him of basically teaching someone who is now attacking us. Well, Arjuna says, Shadimam tam prapannam. I'm surrendered to you. So please teach me. Anyway, Dhatu Prapad is coming there. Always keep Bhagavad Gita in your mind at all times, scanning at all times. Not only Vyakaranam, everything else in life also. Prapannam, so here it is, means to approach, to surrender, to move toward. That's the meaning. So Prapad. So basically, the simple meaning of the shloka is now, is I think we got it. We'll go through Vyakaranam in a second. Is that Bibhishana Prapede, Tam Ramam Prapede. So this is a simple sentence here. Bibhishanaha, Ravananujaha, the younger brother of Ravanaha, Bibhishanaha, he approached, he surrendered to Sri Ramaha. And then Rama has some adjectives here, Nivishta Mudhadehe Kule. And then Vibhishana has an adjective here, Choditaha. See, once you get a simple sentence, you can see that Tam Ramam, Dvitiya Ekvachanam, Nivishtam also Dvitiya Ekvachanam, and Chodita is Pratama Ekvachanam. So clearly Choditaha is going to be an adjective to Bibhishanaha, while Nivishtam is an adjective to Sri Ramaha. So it says Bibhishanaha surrendered to or approached, I guess with humility you can supply that. Vinayena Prapede, Tam Ramam, who was Nivishtam. Nivish is to enter into, and this is to camp, who was camping on the bank of the sea. So Udadhehe Kule, Udadhe is Samudrasya Udadhi. Udadhi is from the Dhatu Dha, from Udadhi, that in which water is placed, Udadhi. If you want to do some homework, I'll give you the sutram. Is the Upasarge Ghorki is a sutram. Udadhi is from, the next sutram. Udadhi is formed, okay. This will be in 3.3. It will be about 3.3, 93. So it says, okay, let's see here. It will be this one. Karmanyadikaranecha. So if you want to do some homework, look at some 3.393. Karmanyadikaranecha. Is it Karmanyapapade? Gusanyakebhya dhatubhya kif pratyo bhavati adhikarane karak. So jalam dhiyate asmin iti jaladhi. So udakam dhiyate asminiti udadhi. Also, you also use the ato lopa iticha. The akara takes lopa with the same sutram which we just used. Ato lopa iti pratyaya is kihi. Lashekvatadite, the ikara is the kakara is an it by lashekvatadite. So you have to use ato lopa, the same sutram ato lopa iticha. And then udadhi. What happens is that the udaka becomes uda. So that would be in 6.3. It would have been 6.3 because this is a upapada samasaha. Karmanyadikaranecha. So look at the karmani upapade. So this you'll have similar steps. So 2.2.19 upapadam ating followed by tatva upapadam saptamistham and then karmanyadikaranecha. So we'll have udaka plus either or maybe even shas bahuvachanam and then dhatu dha pratyaya ki lashakvatadite followed by ato lopa iticha. So we got udaka dhi and then udaka will become uda by sutram in 6.3 because remember 6.3 is a section of the Ashtadhyayi which tells you something to be done to the pura padam in a compound. So udaka, we want the udaka to take the uda adeshaha. You know what, let me try to search for that. But it's in 6.3. I know that. So let's see. We have now all this nice ways to search udakasya. Let me see. Udakasya ud. I should find it here. 6.3. Yes, udakasya uda sanyayam. Here it is. Udakasya uda sanyayam. So look at this one, 6357 and this, and I think we can use 6367 udadhi. You know how to check all these things is very easy. You can go to Amar Koshaha. I'm sure that the word udaka is in Amar Koshaha. And all you do is that you look at the commentary. I'll do that for you in a second right here. So this is how you find the Susa and the Ashtadhyayi. If you know the general topography, if you know where to look for, it takes only a couple of seconds to find out. You know, like in English, if you know how to use the dictionary, you don't need to memorize all these words. You know, you can just memorize. So udadhi. Okay, let's see what Bhanuji says. Bhanuji Dikshitaha is the son of Bhattuji Dikshitaha. Very nice commentary on the So Mahan Upakaraha Kritaha Asmakam. This is very useful for us. So 92 number 1. And all these common words are found in the Amarkoshaha. As you can imagine, a word like Sagaraha will have a lot of so Samudra Udadhi Samudro Abdhir Akuparaha Paravaraha Saritpatihi Udanvan Udadhi. Okay, so let's see what Udadhi what he says. Udadhi Udakani Santi Udavan. Then Udakani Dhiyantyat Karmanidhikaranech. And then he uses 6358. Pesham Vasa Vahana Dishu. Okay. So you know what happens? We have to use 6358. So this is what he says. Udakani Dhiyante Atra. So we have Udaka plus Shas is used, Bahuvachanam, plus the Dha, Judhai, Dharana Poshana Yoho, I think it is, and Pratyaki, Anubandha Lopa Lashekvatadite, Ato Lopa Iticha. Of course, the Shas Pratyaya will take look by Supo Dhatu Pradipadika Yoho. So you got Udaka Dhi, and finally by 6358, Pesham Vasa Vahana Dishu Cha. So when the Dhi follows, the Udaka takes the Adesha of Uda. So if you look at this one here, it says Pesham Vasa Vahana Dhi iti eteshu cha uttareshu uttarapadeshu Udakasya Uda ityam adesha bhavati. So in fact, you know what? Let me put in the document 6358 along with first we used 3393 Karmanidhikaranecha. So 6358. So first we use 3393, correct, and 6358. If you give me 1 second, put in a document because I was not, let me see. Okay, so Udadhi. Udadhi, okay. So we used 3393, and of course Ato Lopa Iticha, and then we also used Udakasya Uda Adesha 358. Okay, alright. So now what we have is that the sentence we have so far is that Vibhishanaha Ramam Tam Ramam Udadehe Vavakudi Shashti Ekvachanam Lekharehe Kule Nistire Nivishtam Prapede. So Vibhishanaha approached, surrendered to Sri Ramaha, who was camping on the bank of the ocean. So Nivish, this dhatu is Talavishakaraha. It is the Murdhanyadesha by Sutram 2386. So if you have, 8236 is Vrashcha, Brashcha, etc. Brajashchasham, Shaha. So if you have a dhatu Talavishakaraha, for by Jali Padante, for by Jal or Padanta, in this case we have Ni Vish followed by the Nishtha Pratyaya Ta, so that the Talavishakara of the dhatu takes a Murdhanyadesha by 8236, which is Brashcha, Suja, Mrija, Yaja, Raja, Brajashchasham Shaha. So this Shakara of Vish becomes the Murdhanya Shakara because followed by Jal letter. So that's what we have so far. Now let's quickly get the form Propede before we get the rest of the sentence. Is Padagatau. This dhatu is almost always seen with Upasargaha. Prayena, Upasarga Purvaha. You never see the word Padyate. Always say Prapadyate, Vipadyate, Apadyate, Sampadyate, Pratipadyate. Almost always this dhatu is Upasargaha. So, I mean this is just the usage in the language. So you get the dhatu pada plus lit. So same steps we had back here. Pratasthe. Very similar steps. But here we say so parokshe lit anubandha lopaha. Always first 3 steps are the same. Lakara anubandha lopa tiptajji. So we get the pratyata because this is atmanipadi dhatu. So and then after that by tiptajji litastajayore we just saw that litastajayore. When the pratyata comes in place of lit, it takes the Esha Desha Halandyam, and then Anekachi Sarvasya, we get Pad A, and then we get Abhyasa Karyam, which is literally Dhatu Anabhyasasya. After that Haladisheshaha, and then comes the special rule, which is Ata Ekahal Madhye Nadeshader Liti. Ata Ekahal Madhye Nadeshader Liti. Look at briefly what happens is that this Abhyasa takes Lopaha, and the akara takes the ekara adesha simultaneously. Tasanniyogena, simultaneously. When what happens? When you have a lit pratyaya, which is either it is a kit pratyaya. In this case, we just saw that 1, 2, 5 asanyuga lit kit. It's following this angam, which has a akaraha, which has no conjunct on either side. Ata ekahal madhya. So this should have an akara first of all. It does because pakara, akara, dakaraha. There should be no conjunct on either side. We have pakara, dakara, no conjunct on either side. Okay, and this pratyaya should be a lit pratyaya, which is kit. We have that. And there should be no special adesha for the beginning letter of the abhyasa. This pakara has no adesha. It's not like we are taking kuhoschuhu or abhyasa, charcha. Nothing is coming here. So again, one more time. Then what happens? The abhyasa takes lopaha, and then we get in the place of akara we get ekaraha. So basically, if there is some special effect in the abhyasa, it will not be lost. That's the simple meaning. Is that if the adi first letter in the abhyasa is going to take some adesha, then we cannot use 64120. So one more time, let's look at the nice vritti in the Ashtadhyaya of meaning in Siddhanta Kaumudi. 64120. We're going to come in this Saturday class in detail. You get a lot of good examples next week. It's interesting we have this form today. Ata ekahal madhye nadesh ade liti says that nil lin nimittadeshadikam nabhavati, which means that in the abhyasa the adi, in this case pakaraha, should not be taking any adesha based on the lit pratyaya yadangam tad avayavasya. So part of that angam asanyukta hal madhyasthasya. There should be an akara which is with asanyukta hal madhyastha. There should be no conjunct on either side. Ataha etvam, it takes the ekara adesha. And abhyasa lopascha. These two go simultaneously. If you see abhyasa lopaha and etvam, then think of 64120. And then kitiliti. Asanyuga lit kit, that A is a kit. So that's anyway, if you want to do some homework, 64120 will be coming in on Saturday anyway. So that's what happens here. So get this akara takes the ekara adesha and abhyasa takes lopa. I get the form pede. So pede means he moved towards. So prapede means he approached or he surrendered. Okay, let us continue. Let's finish this shloka now. So we have now. You want to try the remaining of the shloka? Want to try something? So choditaha means he was propelled, instigated by. Now this is a passive form. Vibhishanaha choditaha. So instigated by whom? What do you think it is? Instigated by?
Instigated by Sneha.
No, should be Tritya. Sneha is Panchami.
Instigated meaning the cause, right?
No, see, this is no. Don't go there as yet.
Oh, okay.
This is a passive. Let's take my famous example, right? Ramena vali hataha. Simple sentence. I use all the time. Okay.
Yes.
So this is chodi. Instead of hataha, we have choditaha. Right? So we have two pieces already. We have Vibhishana, choditaha. Then Ramena, so you should have somebody in Tritiya. Because this sutram is Kartir Karnayo Tritiya. In a passive construct, the Karta, we take Tritiya Vibhakti. We should never confuse these two things. The Karta is a Karaka label, the doer of the action. So even in the sentence Ramena Vali Hata, obviously Rama is the doer. I mean, it's obvious. He killed Vali. But doesn't mean Rama is Prathama Vibhakti. Those two are not to be confused. Doesn't mean if it's a Karta, it's Prathama all the time. In fact, the Karta defaults to Tritiya. Only when we have when it becomes abhetaha, when he connects with the verb, he goes to prathama. So we can say Ramaha Valinam Jaghana. Because Jaghana is the verb connected with Ramaha, that's what now brought Rama to prathama vibhakti. But instead you say Ramena Vali Hataha, that Hataha tells you nothing about Ramaha. So Rama is what is called as anabheta, means he is untalked about, undescribed. Then he'll go to Tritiya vibhakti. So we'll go Tritiya vibhakti by. So Kartir Karnayo Tritiya. So we're looking for somebody in Tritiya right now. Because the doer of whoever is propelling, instigating, will now be in Tritiya. But if you want to do some homework, Kartir Karnayo Tritiya. Because it's anabhite. Because we say Ramena Vali Hataha, that Hataha tells you nothing about Ramaha. Could have been Vanaraihi Alihata, could be anybody. Rama Lakshmanabhyam Hataha. So that's why Rama is Anubhitaha. So Katrikarne was Tritiya. So now which one do you think it is? There's only one Tritiya, and there's only one Tritiya down here, right? It's only one. Sneha is Panchami. Lakshmiya.
Yeah. Lakshmi.
Raja Lakshmiya. So as if he was, so Vibhishanaha surrendered to Sri Ramaha. Iva. He was as if instigated, propelled, as if propelled by the Raja Lakshmi. So he says, Rakshasa Lakshmi.
Rakshasa Lakshmi.
Rakshasa Lakshmi. Same, sorry, excuse me. Rama says. So Rakshasa Lakshmi. Rakshasa Lakshmiya. So Rakshasanam Ravanadinam Lakshmiya. As if he was, Rakshasa Lakshmi was not happy staying with Ravana. So she wanted to put Bibhishana in his place. So she gave him the inspiration. So Rakshasa Lakshmi was, didn't have Santosha staying with Ravana. So she wanted to now bring Bibhishana there. So Bibhishana was as if inspired by her. And there's one more clause to her now. Is Buddhim Avishya. Snehad, as if out of love, affection for him. As if, so this Snehad is the Hetav. Panchami.
Yeah.
Snehad is Hetav. In fact, there also in Hetav, normally you have Tritiya in Hetav. But here this one, Akartarjane Panchami. This one, Panchami also can be used without going too many details. Basically, Panchami can also be used Hetav. So 2324. 2324 Snehad. 2324. If you want to do some homework, go through 2324. So Snehad is Panchami in the sense of Hetav by 2324. 2324 is Snehad. 2324. Okay. Now, so out of affection, she as if inspired him. So he was as if inspired by her out of affection. Then there is a clause now. Buddhim Avishya. Now we have to be careful. Remember, this is a pratyaya ktva. Saman kritakyo purva kale. We have to understand clearly here who is a samana karta. In this case, samana karta is Lakshmi, not Vibhishanaha. Because we just talked about that Vibhishana was inspired, propelled by Lakshmi. Lakshmi is the doer, not Vibhishana in that part. So Lakshmi will be now doing this actually his first action, Samal Kritakayo Purva Kale. When the same Karta does two actions, the prior action to the Pratyak Tva, of course Tva becomes Lyap in a Samasaha by 7137, which is the Samasanyan Purve Ktva Lyap. Comes in Gita, very, very beginning of Gita, right? Raja Vachanam Abravit. So this is very, very beginning of the Gita comes that Upasangamya. Acharam Upasangamya. Raja Vachanam Abravit. So here it is Upasangamya. Having approached Dronacharya, then Duryodhana said to him something. Upasangamya. Which comes in Gita a lot of places. So but now we have to understand who is doing this action of Avishya. It is Lakshmi here. Because it will be same karta as the Chodanam. Now Chodanam, Choditaha was a passive usage. Vibhishana was inspired by her. So even though Lakshmi in Tritiya Vibhakti doesn't matter, she is the Kartri. So this is simple thing is that when you see a Pratyak Tva, and again Tva becomes Lyap in a Samasaha, then find out who is the doer of the second action. Then he, she, it must be the same doer for the first action. We just established that now that Vibhishana was inspired by her. So she is in Tritiya, but she is the doer. So she must be the same agent doing this action. Buddhim Avishya. So having entered his thinking. You know this Avishya is also part of it that can be Adishya also. Adishya. So if you look at the commentary of Mallinatha, he has put it as look at the commentary. He says that Buddhim, he says Kartavyata Jnanam, sense of duty, having awakened this sense of duty. So that Avishya doesn't make proper sense. Avishya means, I would translate it as having entered his mind, having kind of grasped his mind, having caught hold of his mind, of his thinking. She inspired him out of affection. But if you look at the commentary, it says Kartavyata Jnanam, the sense of duty. So then I would say Adishya, having aroused his sense of duty. Having aroused his sense of duty, she inspired him out of affection to. So Vibhishana, inspired by Lakshmi, who had awakened his sense of duty out of affection, surrendered to Sri Rama, who was camping on the bank of the ocean. See, again, the strategy is always start with Prapede. Start from there. Don't get tangled in all of these things down here. So you just, yes.
Can you not go? I was really thinking like Buddhim Avishya Prapede. With the sense of
Yes,
duty
it
or
could be,
something,
but then look at the placement though, Buddhim Avishya Choditaha clearly should get first preference, isn't it? What you're saying is you can take Vibhishana as Samana Karta, Buddhim Avishya Prapede. But look at the meaning will not. So entering whose buddhi then? Rama's buddhi? No. So Buddhim Avishya Kasya Buddhi. See, in this case, Lakshmi entered Vibhishana's buddhi, or inspired his sense of duty. So then if you said, and look at the meaning won't make sense, and even the placement, Anvayaha. Because this is clearly much closer to Choditaha than to Prapede. Yes, you could have been Vibhishana in a different context. If you put this up here, Avishya Prapede, then you could be. But if you have been then, but the placement to show, because there are two kartas here. One is Vibhishana, have the Prapede action.
Right.
And Lakshmi or the Chodanam.
Right.
There are two choices. But the placement and the meaning, I think both will lead us to, and I put in the commentary. That's the last thing. So, but again, start from Prapede. Don't get caught up in all these details. Vibhishanaha Ramam Prapede. Take it from that. And then the two simple steps you want to take is that Tam Viditya Ekvachanam, the Nivishtam goes with Ramam. And Choditaha is Pratama Ekvachanam goes with Vibhishanaha. And then build the other pieces together. Chodita is passive. That means that you require a Titya, Karta and Titya. You get Lakshmi out of it then. You get Lakshmi. And then now you know Lakshmi is the Samana Kartri. Once you got that, then she must be doing the Avishya also. This is how you build a sentence. You get the thing. And of course, Snehad is the Hetav. That's it. Let's look at the commentary for a second to see what we have. Says that Udadehe Kule, see he says Udadehe Kule Nivishtam. No spashtam, no commentary. Tam hi Ramam. As we mentioned many times. You see a pronoun, do not leave it. Do not leave it unless you know the Adhara Bhuta Nama Shabdaha. A pronoun does not have its own gender, number, case. It depends on a noun. Very simple idea. But look at Malinatha, always clarifies that. He doesn't waste any words, but he definitely makes it a point to clarify that. Tam Ramam. Now, Visheshana Bhishayate Shatru Niti Vibhishana. We'll come to this in a second. So one who especially frightens the enemies is Vibhishana. Ravana Anujaha. So this is the Vyutpatti, the etymology of Vibhishana is Visheshana Bhishayate Shatru. This is a positive form, which we have studied in a Saturday class, but we'll go through it also here, is one who specially scares his enemies, Vibhishana. And then he says, who's in this case? Is an adjective to somebody. In this case, it happens to be the name of Ravana, Ravanasya Anujaha, younger brother of Ravanaha. Then Rakshasa Lakshmiya, no commentary, Rakshasanam, Lakshmiya, Sampatya, Snehad, no commentary, Hetu, out of affection, Buddhim is Kartavyata Jnanam Avishya, having entered his sense of duty, or having ordered, having inspired, having aroused his sense of duty. Choditaha Preritaha. Choditaha Preritaha. Para ear is to propel. Preritaha, Preranam is to propel. He was inspired or propelled by Lakshmi. Iva. Propede Praptaha. Means Praptaha is used as simple form. So he's telling this dhatu is so pra plus ap is to reach. He reached Ramaha. He reached to Ramaha. Let's look at some Vyakaranam quickly before you take the translation. Is that okay, we saw instead of Avish you can have Adishya also in that place. Adish is to instruct. Having instructed having kind of ordered his sense of duty. And then we did Pede. Now Chuda Sanchodane is to propel. Again, it takes a vulgar meaning in Hindi. or in vernacular, but in Sanskritam it doesn't have that meaning, I don't think. So in Hindi it means to like to sexually assault kind of, but here just means to propel to. So Chud plus Nich by Sutram, this is a Churadiganaha, Churadibhyo Swarte Nich. Then we've done this in the many times, the daily examples already. Nich Anubandha Lopaha, and then Puganta Lagupasasya, and then Chodi gets the Dhatu Sanya Vasanadhyanta Dhatavaha, Adipratyaktha by Nishtha, and then this is a passive construct by 3470, Tayoreva Krityakta Kalarthaha, and then Taktavatu Nishtha is Sanya Sutram. And then, so this is the Bhute Adhikaraha, so he was inspired. It's a passive construct, and he was, it's in the past, it could be in the present also, because we have seen a sutram at the end of 3.2, which can make it in the present. That's why I said this meaning of past, this word past, this phrase, past passive participle is not a very good one, because meta is neither past nor passive. Because this 3470 is an important exception in 3472, which can make it active, like Ramaha Vanam Gataha. This also has a loophole at the end of 3.2, which can make it in the present also. Anyway, right now I think this will work for us. So then we get Chodi, we get the Idagamaha, of course the Anubandha Lopaha by Nashakvatadjate, and then Ardha Dhatuka Valadehe. There's no in Nishedha. In Nishedha by 7 to 10 coming in the Saturday class is only Eka Chupadeshanudattat. This is now Anekash Dhatu. So this 7 to 10 doesn't apply as a general rule. 7 to 10, which is the main Nisheda Sutram, to stop Idagama, doesn't apply for derived Dhatus, because they will generally be Anekach. Dhatu will have one ach, Pratyaya will have one ach at least, so then it will be Anekach. So Choditaha, now we get Nishtayam Seti. If your Pratyaya Nich is followed by Nishtha Pratyaya, which has Idagamaha, then Nich takes Lopaha. So in Gita, I will mention example all the time, it's Mohitaha. Mohitam Nabhijanati. Loko Mamajamavyam. Vedaham Samatitani. Vartamana Nichajana. So Mohitaha. In Gita, Bhagavad Gita, when you stand, this is also kind of Moha. This Nich Lopa itself is a Moha. Here also. Kim karma kima karameti kavyo petra mohitaha. Mohi plus ita. Mohi plus ita becomes mohitaha. Nishtayam seti. You chant this shloka in Gita 6.4.52. Mohitaha. Mohitam navijanati mame vyaparamavyam. I'm sorry, I think you mentioned it wrong. Mohitam navijanati mame vyaparamavyam. That is, and then next one is, Mohinim Shataha. Okay. Ityajnana Vimohitaha. Okay. So this one is, I think I mentioned the wrong book. This one is Mohitam Navijanati. Mame Viparamamvyayam. In fact, it comes, it's very confusing shloka, It comes here also. See, Mudoyam Navijanati. Loko Mamajamamvyayam. It's very confusing. This is like your snake and ladders game, right? You can go from this 725, Mudoyam Navijanati. And then we have here Mohitam Nabijanati. Anyway, so Mohita, when you look at Nishtam Seti is a sutra. Okay, so now the form is Vibhishanaha. So Bhi plus Nicha means to be is Bibheti, is to be afraid. But Bhi plus Nich is to scare somebody. To make somebody afraid, to scare somebody. So Bhi plus Nich, of course, Anubandha Lopaha Chutu Halantyam. And then Tasya Lopaha. We get the Shuk Agamaha. That's 7340. We've done this in our daily examples a few times. So in fact, let me try something. Let me see. I think we should be able to get an example over here by 7340. 7340. Let me see if this works. If you go to the website and type in 7340, we should get some example here. Sundarakandam also we have used it. Ashtadhyay we have used it. So I thought we get some more hits. So here it is. So Nivi Bhaye. So Bhi plus Shuk plus Nish we had in Sundarakandam class. Anyway, so you should be able to say, so what does 7340 says that? It says that, let's look at 7340 for a second. 7340, that's a Shuk Agamaha. Shuk Agamaha by 7340. 7340, 7340. Bhiyo Hetu Bhaye Shukka. Bhiyo Hetu Bhaye Shukka. Says that bhi ityetasya hetubhaya. Hetubhaya means that the hetu is himself, scares by himself, not through an instrument. If you want to do some homework, look at 7340. Briefly, hetubhaya means that the scaring is being done himself. We say jatilo bhishayate. So means that it says that jatilaha, the one matted here, he scares somebody. He scares himself, not through a an instrument. Like kunchik, so this kunchikaya bhi, so kunchikaya means like through a broom or something he scares somebody. Then we cannot use this. It should be in the sense of he scares himself. And then what happens is that it takes the shuk agamaha now parataha. The causative takes the shuk agamaha. Now this only happens when there is no akara adeshaha. So here in 6.1 we optionally get the again hetu bhaye. This hetu bhaye comes in 3 places here. One you have hetu bhaye, over here also you should have it hetu bhaye. Let's see, I think it's 56. Bibheter hetu bhaye. The sutram says that this bhi will take the akar adesha optionally, become bha optionally. When it does not become a, it takes a shuk agamaha. So for homework, you can look at 6.156 along with 7.340, along with there's one more hetu bhaye. If I search for hetu bhaye, you'll find one more hit for hetu bhaye, which gives the atmane padam. So that completes the whole circle over here. Search here for hetu bhaye. Okay, hetu bhaye. So these are which we've seen this in the Saturday notes already. So hetu bhaye. So bhyo hetu bhaye shuk agamaha in the case where there is no akara deshaha. Then we have Bibheter hetu bhaye takes the akara desha optionally. This is when niche follows, okay? Niche follows, we're talking. We're only talking the causative right now. Otherwise it's straightforward from Bibheti, straightforward. And then it should be in 1.3 the sutram, Bhismayor hetu bhaye. It gives Atmane padam. So 1368, 6156, 7340, all hetu bhaye. This one is saying that when dhatu bhi and smi are used in the sense of hetu bhaye, it is Atmane padam has to be used. Second thing is that, so when the causator is himself the cause of the fear, then we have to use that. Then the next one says that when this dhatu bhi is in the sense of hetu bhaye, in the causative, can take the adesh of akara optionally. And when the akara adesha is not done, we get the shuk agama, but bhyo hetu bhaye shuk. Like, I think that's enough for this class. You can do some homework. 7340, get the shuk agamaha, adyantau takitau, and we get goes at the end, anubandhalopa, you get bhishi. Then what happens is that bhishi gets dhatu sanya as usual by sanadyanta dhatavaha. And then we use the sutram 3.134. 3.1, I'm sorry, this is a typo here, should be 134, which is the nandigrihipachadibhyo lyuninnyachaha, like ramanaha, madhusudanaha. Some of these dhatus take the pratyaya lyu as default kartri krit, 3467 kartri krit, and the word bibhishana is in that list as a matter of fact. So bibhishana has a stake in Vyakaranam also. So he has in 3.1.134 is very important sutram, 3.1.134, which is the Nandi Grahipachadibhyo Lyuninyachaha. 3.1.1.34. 3.1.1.34 is Nandi Grahipachadibhyo. So it says that Nandyade Lihu. This is the one, Nandanaha. So one who makes somebody happy. Then Ramana Maharshi, one who delights, and so on. So then it says, and in this you can see the word Bibhishana should be somewhere here. I know he's there somewhere. He's Nandyadi Ganaha. So it's Nandanaha, Vasanaha, Vadanaha, Dushana, Sadana, Vardana, Shobana, Rochanaha, Sanya, Tapanaha, Damanaha, Brahmanaha is there, Darpanaha, Sankashana, Janardanaha is there, Janardanaha, Madhusudanaha is also there, Vibhishanaha is coming there, Vibhishanaha. So this basically with the Upasarga V, this dhatu bhishi can take the pratyaya lyu. Lyu means yuvaranakau becomes ana. Always told me many times, which is my teacher's favorite, that if you see a pratyaya adesha, a pratyaya being changed completely, being substituted by something else, think of 7.1. In the early part of 7.1, the u becomes ana. Demystified for you. So lashak patajite, yuvaranakau, And then of course niraniti. If you have anidadav ardhadhatuke pare ne lopasyat. You look at the number 6-4. We just use 6-4-52 right now, which was this nishtayam seti. This is the one prior to that, anantaram puram sutram, which is neraniti, which means that if we have the nishpratyaha followed by pratyasanya of ardhadhatukam, doesn't have idagamaha, it takes nish takes lopaha, because pratyaya ana by ardhatukam sheshaha, this place has sanya of ardhadhatukam, you cannot take idagamaha. Idagamaha only means pratyaya is valadi. This is ajadi pratyaya. Remember 7-35 says ardhatukas yed valadehe. This is not valadi, no idagamaha. So 6-4-51 removes the nich is bibhishana. Finally nattam by atkapa numyavaya pi nattam bibhishana. Okay, I think that completes this verse for us. Okay, you ready, Van, for the translation? Today we're giving you a chance, even though Nagarajji is here. You ready, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, let us try. No, I'm sorry. Where is my page? Where is my page? Okay. Him. Him is what? Tam. Who had encamped? Yes.
Nivishtam.
On the coast.
Kule.
Tire. No, not yet.
Coast Kule.
On the coast is only Kule, Tire. Off the ocean is Udade. So Udakani dhiyante asmin it udadihi. That means water is placed. Approached. Prapede. Vibhishanaha. As if. Iva. Urged, inspired, propelled. Choditaha. Urged on is choditaha. Out of affection.
Sneha.
By the fortune.
Lakshmya.
Titya ek like Nadya. Lakshmya. Just be Lakshmi plus Pratyata. Ikonachi. Lakshmya.
Yes.
Of Rakshasas is Samasaha. Rakshasanam Lakshmihi. Srishti Samasa. Straightforward. Who first inspired him. We see different meaning now. Who first inspired him is.
That's first is because this is the first before.
Yeah, because Samakriteva Purva Kale. That's the sutram.
Avishya.
He said inspired. I would say see, if I didn't know the commentary, I'd say who urged him by entering his mind, by kind of capturing his mind. Yeah. We look at the commentary, kartamvita jnanam, he says, sense of duty.
Mm-hmm.
Then I think we'll see who awakened his sense of duty. We'll say, like, Adishya. That's why they put Adishya instead of Avishya is possible. Now, I don't know where he's getting the second inspired. See, the only thing, urged is Kriya Chodita.
Right.
So, first, as we said, because it's the Purva Kriya. Inspired, it has to be Avishya only now.
Avishya really means enter. Right.
It has to completely to capture also. Avish to enter all around, So Avesha has to kind of let's look at Avish for a second.
Oh, Avesha is used
Avish also
inspiration.
Can be. Yeah, it can be. So Avish can be completely like captured by that sentiment,
Yeah.
Avish. So Avesha is a complete the encapsulment something of an Avesha. So we look at Apte for a second. Avish. Generally means like enter all around. Is Avish. It can mean it can just be to enter also, so it's not doesn't have to be always be. Let's see Avish. So Avish
and Avisha would be the same then.
Is to enter and to take possession of, to affect. See, Avishanti is means to possess or to take possession of. So so who had so I have it. Okay, then we can take it to who have possessing taking over his mind. Okay.
Yes.
So taking over is, but inspired with wisdom a little bit. Well, it's not exact. It's fine. So he's kind of paraphrasing that in English.
Yeah.
Because the word inspire for Avish is to kind of to take over,
just stretch,
to capture a little bit. But anyway, particularly what the problem is that in this translation, look at the commentary. It says sense of duty.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's not. So he's chosen to not use the commentary here, basically. If you had to use the commentary, you have to say having awakened a sense of duty, something like that,
Right.
In fact, let me look at what Professor Devdar said. Let's try him. I think he must have some comment over here. Let's see what he says. This is number 68, right? Okay. So he says that buddhim avishya, buddhim nama kartavyata jnana, which is adishya. In place of avishya. Avishya would give the sense of having entered his mind or thought. Buddhi, that is having put the idea into his mind. Yeah, so he has the same problem as we have. So it's okay. So we can take Adishya and we go with that. Okay. Anantaraha shlokaha. So the next one, next page. Anantare prishthe. Says Tasmai nishachara ishwaryam pratishushhrava raghavaha. Kale khalu samarabdhaha phalam badhnanti nitayaha. Tasmai nishacharaishwaryam pratishushhrava raghavaha. Kale khalu samarabdhaha phalam badhnanti nitayaha. Once is a question, 1 second, hold on. Yes, sir. Suryaji, I have a question. Yes.
Yes. No, the word Vishwa from Sahasranama. Vishayati Vishwa.
Vishwa, correct.
One of the Nama from Sahasranama.
Very first one. It's the very first Nama.
Yeah, Vishayati.
Okay.
Yasmin. So one who enters everybody's body.
So Vishwa could be. Yeah, so that would be a correct. So enter, correct. So Vishwam Vishnu Vashatkar. Right? It's the very first word, right? Vishwam Vishnu Vashatkar.
Yeah, first name.
First name. So so wish is to enter, correct. So that is wish is used in a lot of places. It has a lot of meanings. So yes, good. In fact, we have a person in the class whose name is Vishwa. His mother named him Vishwa because the first name of Vishnu Sahasranama was also Vishwa. So his name is Vishwa. Anyway, so wish is used in a number of these nouns also, like Vishwa is probably one of them. So tasmai nishachara ishwaryam pratishushhrava raghavaha kale khalu samarabdhaha phalam badhnanti nitayaha. So padacheda for us when right, go ahead.
Tasmai nishachara aishwaryam.
It has to be samastam padam, right? Because nishachara will have no vibhakti after otherwise, right?
Right.
Nishachara ishwaryam is the nishacharanam ravanadinam aishwaryam. Okay.
Pratishushhrava.
That's the thing, Dantam padam, pratishushhrava. Raghavaha. Kale. Khalu. Samarabdhaha. Phalam.
Badhnanti. Didn't have to do anything.
Badhnanti. Nitaya. There's only
so there's no padacheda.
There's actually no padacheda. This is only one samastam padam over here. Okay, which one is the Tingantam padam? Try that. There are two of them.
Since you already said that, Prati Shushrava.
Shushrava, and one more is there.
Badhnanti.
Technically, there are two sentences here. So the first line is one sentence and second is second. It's like an illustration. Second line, like an illustration, is like a confirmation. So, okay, let's try the first line then. So pratishushhrava. Pratishu is to promise. Pratishu is to, so Ramaha, so Raghavaha pratishushhrava. So Ramaha promised. Tasmai Bibhishanaya. Unto Bibhishanaha. Nishachara Ishwaryam, kind of straightforward. So the royalty of the demons, the kingdom, so to speak, was Ishwarasya Bhava Ishwaryam. So the rulership of the Rakshasas was promised by Rama unto Vibhishanaha. Okay, that's first line. And then second line, who is the Karta in the second line? Kartya, I should say. Kartya. Who do you think it is of Badhnanti? Samarabdha is an adjective, so leave him alone for the time being.
Must be Nitayaha.
Nitayaha. So Nitihi. Nitihi means like Niyate, Anayati Nitihi. It's like a strategy. Niti can also be ethics, morality, politics, strategies. strategies. So strategies, phalam badhananti, they connect with the fruit. They badhana is to bind the fruit, means they basically become successful. This is an idiomatic expression, to bind with the result. To bind with the result means to be successful, to be successful. So nitayaha phalam badhananti is that strategies are successful. Then only when kale samarabdhaha. So yukta samaye samarabdhaha. Arab is to dhatu rab is mostly prayana ang purvaha. With arab is to commence. So kale samarabdhaha nitayaha. Of course, samarabdha is also prathama bahuvachanam strilinge. It's qualifying nitayaha. So because indeed khalu, indeed, because so indeed, this is illustration is that, so indeed strategies which are commenced at the right time, they are successful. So this is so tatahi. So as we know that the tactics which are started at the correct time, they are successful. So Vibhishana came to Rama at the right time, the right place. So his act of coming was successful. Now the commentary, yes.
Does he mean successful for Vibhishana or for Rama?
I think for Vibhishana, because it was his tactic of coming there, I would think. Because he got the kingdom, right? So he's successful for him. He's the one who's receiving the grace, so he's successful for him, I would think. I mean, anyonyam, but
Yeah.
particularly for Vibhishana. So now the thing, go ahead.
If you use the word strategy for Nita here,
Yes, tactics.
so it's a slight contradiction with that sense
Rajaniti.
of duty, kartavya, in the previous sloka, right? Like it's a strategy rather than.
No, but she came to him and said, awakened his sense of duty and said, go to him, take this strategy basically. Take this strategy. This is your duty. Yeah, your duty. I know, a little bit of stretch jump from there to here, but
Okay.
So the sloka says Raghava. It's pretty straightforward. Tasmai Vibhishanaya. Always, and one more time, you see as I mentioned it so many times, you see a pronoun, identify the noun behind it. Tasmai Vibhishanaya. Of course, Vibhishana also an adjective. In this case, it happens to be his name also. So Tasmai Vibhishanaya. Now he's going to tackle the question of the Chaturthi Vibhakti over here. Tasmai. The special sutram says Pratyang Bhyam Shruvaha Purvasya Karta Iti Sampradanatvat Chaturthi. Vibhishana got the Chaturthi Vibhakti here. First he got the Sanya Sampradanam. Now normally Sampradanam is what? Karmana Yam Abhipraiti. Karmana Yam Abhipraiti. So when you give something to somebody, and by extension when you do something for somebody, that will get, so for example, the secondary object of a verb, I mean particularly of the verb to give, but by extension also for other verbs. So say that karmana yam abhipreti. So when you give something, the intent of the donation, the target of the donation. So he says upadhyayaya gam dadati. He gives a cow to his teacher. So that is the karmana yam abhipreti. So karmana yam abhipreti sa sampradanam. Sorry, karmana yam abhipreti. But that will not give us here, because it's not like can we use that over here? Is that this one is he promised him. He promised him. Is Raghavaha nishasharaishwaryam tasmai pratishrava. He promised him. But this is a special sutram below that. Below that it says that which is given by any sutram which Mulinatha gives us, we try to practice that. He says right here, it says the Pratyabhyam Shruva Purvasya Karta. What is Purvasya Karta means what? Is that if you look at, let's look at this one for a second. It says Pratyang Purvasya Patiyangityavam purvasya shunotehe karakam sampradana sanyam bhavati. When you promise something to someone, that someone who you are promising to will get this sampradana sanya. And of course, once we get sampradanam chatuthi sampradane, see, this is a two-step process. In this karake section, Panini gives the karaka sanya, which is karma sanya, karta sanya, kartru sanya, karana sanya, etc. And then after the sanya is obtained, then we go to 2.3, and then we'll have, I think, 2, 3, 14, somewhere around there. Chatruthi sampradane. Sometimes we can go directly to the three vibhaktis. Finally, vibhakti has to be assigned in 2.3. That's the bottom line. Is any vibhakti in the language has to be sanctioned by 2.3. But 2.3 will use these karaka sanya, karaka labels, which are assigned in 1.4.23 sections with karake. Now, some of them 2.3 may not use, not that every sutram in 2.3 will use a karaka sanya, but some of them do, some of them don't. But right now what you're looking at, for example, you look at this sutram, Namah Shivaya. There's no karaka sanya assigned over there. Directly we get Chatruthi Vibhakti for Shiva. But so it's called Upapada Vibhakti. Because Namaha is there, we say Shivaya. We don't say Sampradana Sanya and this and that. So anyway, without going into more details, this is called the Karaka Vibhakti and Upapada Vibhakti. In this case, you got a Karaka Vibhakti. Karaka Vibhakti means you first assign the Karaka label by this Pratyang Bhyam Shubha Purvasya Karta. What is Purvasya Karta? What is the meaning of this? What it says is that, let's see. Tatra prayokta purvasyaha kriyaha karta. So Devadattaya gam pratishunoti. So Devadatta pratham vadati mayyam dehi iti. So Devadatta first says, please give me a cow. So this purva karta means Devadatta first requests, like Vibhishana came to Ramaha. He says, please, give me the, I don't know if he really said that, but in at least the sutram we can take it like that. Please give me the kingdom, please grace me, but please give me grace. So he was the karta, of the pravartanam. Means he kind of solicited, the one who solicits, solicitor. He is the purvasyaha kriyayaha karta. So there was solicitation, and then somebody promises him, okay, I'll give you that. Or I will, I promise you that. So Purvasya Karta means the one who solicits. So in this case, Vibhishanaha. So it says, in fact, if you give me a second, I can look at the Siddhanta Kaumudi. I think there let's look at, maybe he has down here. It says that, okay, no commentary in here. Okay, let's see, let me look at, give me 1 second here. Maybe I can leave Siddhanta Kaumudi, might give some extra thing over here. If I can bring it up. So, okay, let us see. Pratyang Bhyam, right? So, Pratyang Bhyam. Because the Purvasya Karta is that one who solicits, one who requests the favor. So, then somebody promises it to him. So, that's how that is the, so, Pratyang Bhyam. Okay, that's number 2654. Okay, 3654. Let me see. I think Siddhanta Kaumudi gives here. Okay, Pratyang Bhyam Shubha. It says, Abhyam Sannanta Shubha Uktam Nasyat. No, I'm sorry. Pratyang Bhyam Shubha. This is another sutram. There are two of these. I'm sorry. Pratyang Bhyam comes in two places in Ashtadhyayi. Look at that. Pratyang Bhyam Shubha also is 1440. Yes, that is number 840. So there are two rules in Ashtadhyayi. Pratyang Bhyam Shubha. I didn't even know that. But okay, we want the one in 1.4. So it says that Abhyam Parasya means Pratyang Bhyam Parasya Shrunoter Yoge Purvasya Pravartana Rupa Vyaparasya Karta. Pravartana Rupa Vyaparasya is one who solicits, one who elicits the favor. He says Sampradanam Syat. Vipraya Gam Pratishunoti. So somebody promises a cow to the priest. Ashrunoti va. Viprena mahyam dehi iti pravartitaha. So when the priest says, please give me a cow, pratijani, then he promises the cow to him. So the Purvasya Karta is the Karta of the Pura Kriya. In this case, it is the Pravartana Rupa Vyaparasya. Means one who is soliciting or eliciting that favor. Okay, so this is a sutram which says that with the Upasarga Prati or Ang, with Dhatu Shru is used, then whoever was the one soliciting, he gets the Sanya of Sampradanam, 1440, then 2314, Chatiti Sampradane. So we get Vibhishanaya. So that was what Mulinatha is saying in this commentary, is that Pratyang Bhyam Shuvah Purvasya Karta, 1440 is Sampradanatvat Chaturthi. And then rest of it, Nishachara Aishwaryam Rakshasa Adhipatyam. Nishachara is Nishayam Charati Nishacharaha. We've done this before. That is Sutram, if you want to quickly do some homework. We've done this in the class before. Ishchareshtaha. Upapada Samasaha. This Sutram is, of course, first 2-19, Upapadamating. And Tatra Upapadam Saptamistam Adhikara from 3-192. And the Sutram here is Chareshtaha. Chareshtaha. We've done this in the class before. If you want to practice, look up your notes. Chareshtaha. Where is Charesh? Should be somewhere here. Chareshtaha. 3-16. So Nishayam Charanti Nishacharaha. When you roam the night ranges, Nishacharanam, it doesn't give the Vigraha Vakyam, Shashti Samasaha. It gives the Paryaya Shabdaha, Rakshasanam, Adhipatyam. Adhipater Bhava Adhipatyam. The lordship, rulership of the Rakshasas. Patishushrava, Patignatavan. So Patishru, Patignya. Patignya is of to promise. Patijane Priyosime. So Dharman Parityajya. Very famous shloka of Gita, right? Is that Manmanavo Madbhakto Madhyaji Mam Namaskaru Mame Vaishya Satyante Patijane Priyosime. Very famous shloka of Gita. Towards the end of Gita, he says that don't worry, I promise you, I'll take care of you. It's coming at the end. Is that Manmanavo Madbhakto Madhyaji Mam Namaskaru. I think number here it is Manmanavo. I think so. Manmanavo. So focus your mind on me. Madbhaktaha, be my devotee. Madhyaji, worship me, sacrifice to me. Man Namaskaru. Mame Vaishyasi, you will come to me alone. Satyante, for sure, you'll come to me for sure. Patijane, I promise you. Patijane Priyosime. Anyway, Pratignya in Gita. Patijane Priyosime. So, Patignatavan means he promised. Patignya is the Pratyaktavatu. So, using that to say is a past tense of in the sense of Pratignya. Tatahi, because indeed, truly, verily, Kale is avasare. Yukta samaye, at the right time, at the proper opportunity. At the opportune time. Avasare, opportune time. Samarabdha prakrantaha, commenced. Prakram is to commenced. Nitayaha, no commentary. Phalam badnanti grihnanti janayanti tyartaha. Means they take the result, means that they produce. Janayanti, they produce result. They are successful. Khalu, indeed. Truly tathahi. So it is well known that strategies which are, kale, yukta vasare, yukta samaye, at the opportune time when they are commenced, they generate the result. They bind with the result means that they become successful. Okay, let's look at a little bit of grammar and we'll go to the Vyakaranam. As I said, these shlokas are not that difficult. I mean, they're kind of straightforward. So, in fact, I have it here. Pratyang-bhyam shuvah purvasya karta. Abhyam is pratyang-bhyam is preceded by one of these two pasargas, prati or ang. Paras, of course, in the ang, the ending nakar is an it bahalantyam. Parasya shrunoter yoge purvasya pravartana rupa vyaparasya karta. One who solicits the favor. So, sampradanam syat. He gets sanya sampradanam and then 2-3-14 chatuthi sampradane. Viprayagam pratishrunoti. So, he promises a cow to the priest. Ashrunoti va viprena mayyam dehiti pravartitaha. The priest said to him, please give me. And then he promises it to him. So, the priest gets the sanya of sampradanam in this case. Ishvara Sabhava, Ishwaryam. In fact, yesterday we started this, in the class yesterday. Good, we are practicing today. We practice more next Wednesday. We'll practice a little more. Brahmanadi Ganaha. Next Wednesday class, if you want to practice and come, is we will look at in further detail these three rules which are coming in the Dikha of Tasya Bhavastvatalav, thatness, the intrinsic property of that which comes from 5.1.119 to end of 5.1. Very, very important section of the Tadita Prakaranam. There's about 17-18 rules there, and it says that Prithvadibhya imanijva varna dridadibhya shaicha gunavachana brahmanadibhya. Brahmanadi akriti ganaha. So if you want to know more details, next Wednesday look at these three rules. So we need one of these two here. Varna dridadibhya shaicha vachana punavachana brahmanadibhya karbanicha. So it is either dridhadiganaha. Varna means a color. We don't have color right now. We have, Ishwarasya bhava, Ishwaryam. So I think Brahmana is Akriti Ganaha. We can put in the Akriti Ganaha, I think, unless it's in Dridhadi Ganaha. Dridhadi Gana, it has to take the Pratyaya Imanich also. So unless Imanich can be taken also, it will be in the Brahmanadi Ganaha. So we'll take the Pratyaya Shan, which is, this is from the Tasya Bhava. So the state of that. So Ishwarasya bhava, lordship. So lordship, ship or ness in English, right? So this is the Pratyaya in English. Aishwaryam. So in Gita also 2.43 in Gita. 243 in Gita. Let's look at that one. Gita 243, 244, 243, 244, 243, 244. Bhogaishwarya gatim prati. They have the sight set on enjoyment and lordship. So, okay, anyway, so that's 243, 44. Bhogeshwar prasaktanam, those are attached to, royalty, royal pleasures, Bhogeshwar prasaktanam. So, enjoyments and lordship, rulership. So, Ishwarasya bhava steps are simple. I said in the Tadita Prakranam, the hard part is finding a sutram. Once you find the sutram, Prakriya is generally is easy, sugama, straightforward. So once you get the Tasya bhava, so Shashti, and then Pratyaya Shai, then Shaf Pratyayasya, Itsanya, Halantyam, Tayo Lopaha, then Kuttija Samasascha, Pradipadika Sanya, Supluk, Supo Dhatu Pradipadika Yoho. These are all the steps used all the time. And then Adi Vriddhi by Taditeshvacham Adehe, Pratyaya is the Chavarga, Panchama is an It, 72117. We just did it yesterday class, we just did this one. And then Yachivam Yasyeti cha. I know Ven is yes, Yachivam Yasyeti cha. Pratyaya is Yakaradi Pratyaya in the Swadi list. Angam gets Bhasanya. As I warned many times, when you add a Tadita Pratyaya, the Angam has to get the Sanya of Bha or Padam. Accordingly, you take the appropriate section with the Bhasya Adhikara and end of 6.4, or the Padasya Adhikara which starts from 6.116, 8.116 starts Padasya. In this case, I'm going to the Bhasanya. Yasyeti cha. Akars, Ivarnantasya, Varnantasya, Bhasya, Lopabhoti Tadita Ikare Chipare, Alontyasya, Aishwarya. Nishacharanam Aishwaryam, straightforward Samasa, Shashti Samasaha. Then Krantaha. Now, Kramu Pada Vikshepa is to step. So, Prakramaha is to begin, to commence. To step forward means to begin. Just put the steps here. Excuse the pun. I put the steps here in brief. So first in Nishada has to be done. Idagama has to be stopped. Is Dhatu Kramu has to be the said Dhatu. So which means that 7 to 10 does not stop Idagama. But as I mentioned to you that there are these 20 rules in the Ashtadhyayi, 21 rules actually, to specifically stop Idagama for Nishtha Pratyaya, starting from Shvi Dito Nishtayam, Shvi Dito Nishtayam, Shvi Dito Nishtayam, which is from 7 to 14 up to 7 to 34. These are specifically to stop the Idagama, Nishtha Pratyaya. And the sutram is very important, Yasya Vibhasha. Any dhatu which allows Idagama optionally anywhere else, that dhatu will not allow Idagama with the Nishtha Pratyaya. Yasya Vibhasha. Very important sutram. Yasya dhatu vibhasha kvachid, somewhere. Iduktaha, tasya nishtayam parataha idagama na bhavati. So what are we having here? We have kramu, pada vikshepa, to step. But in Sutram 7.256, it says uditova, a dhatu which udit, will allow. Let's also one more time. The usual warning is that the agama is coming to the pratyaya, not to the dhatu. So idagama comes to the pratyaya, not the dhatu. The dhatu only that allows or disallows it, optionally allows it. But it doesn't take the agama. It only allows or disallows or optionally allows the pratyaya to take the agama. So if you have a dhatu which is udit, then it will allow the pratyaktva, which we've seen just now, 3-4-21, Samakritika Purva Kale, which you don't have over here. But remember, it allows the Pratyaya Tva to take the Idagama optionally. But because of that optionality which is there for the Tva Pratyaya, in Nishtha, no Idagama. So this is the connection. So the connection is, if you want to do some homework, it is Yasya Vibhasha. Very important Sutram, Yasya Vibhasha. If a Dhatu, Kvachit, somewhere, allows Idagama optionally, then that Dhatu will not allow an Idagama Nishtha Pratyaya. Taktavatu Nishtha. So in this case, 7056, Uditova allows Idagama optionally for the Tva Pratyaya. When a Dhatu is Udit, like a word Shamu becomes Shantaha, same thing, Shantihi, Shanta, same Sutram. Then, so the Idagama is stopped, and then what happens is that Anunasika Sekvijaloho Kiniti. So which means that if you have a nasal ending dhatu for pratyaya which is kit nit, or the quip jaladi kit nit athva quip pratyaya, and then it takes the upada dirgha, becomes kramta, and finally of course the anuswaraha naschapandasya jali anuswarasya parasavaranaha 8458. So once idagama is stopped, then we can do upada dirgha. It has to be jaladi pratyaya following. If you idagamaha jaladitvam nasti, you will not have jaladi. So first we have to apply 7015 and then apply 6415. Anunasika sekvijalo kiniti says that. So the same steps you take for word like shantihi, klantihi, all these udit dhatus, all the steps. So here the sutram is Anunasika sekvijalo kiniti. It says that Anunasikantasya upadhayaha dirgasyat kvau pratyaya quip etc. Qui pratyaya jalado kiniticha. So anyway, so if you want to practice these, this is how the word kranta in the commentary comes. Okay, ready, sir? For the translation, let me see, the same page or different page. I have to go. Okay, let's see. You ready, Ven? You ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Raghavaha. Promised.
Raghava promised Pratishrava.
Wait a minute. Do I have Pratishrava here? Did I put in the documents? It is very simple. Just like, I didn't put. Okay. All the examples which you're getting here is just like one of these examples over here. I didn't put in a document again. But basically, if you see an example, you take an example like, like Vivyadha. Similar example, Babhara, take this one. Take like Babhara, because the same steps we have over here. Add the pratyaya lit, of course, anubandha lopaha, pratyaya tip comes, tip becomes null. Do the abhyasa karyam first because of dirvachanechi. We get shru, dhatu shru, so that's the abhyasaha. And then we do the vriddhi by either achorniti, or you can first do the you can first do Sarvadhat Karadhaka Yoha and Atopada. There are two ways to do it. You can apply Achoniti directly, you can apply Achoniti 72115 to the Vriddhi Adesha in one step. Shru I'm sorry, excuse me, no. Only Achoniti, because there's no other choice here. Achoniti, we can do the actually, you know what? Even here we have a choice. We can first do Sarvadhat Karadhaka Yoho. And then, but see, the pratyaya is a nit pratyaya, so let's not get into complication. Just do achoniti, which is 72115, vriddhi adesha, shru becomes shrau, echo yava shrava. So we got shru plus null, alubandha lopaha, shru, chutu halantyam, shru, shru takes the vriddhi adesha, 72115, keep it simple, just do achoniti. And then we get the, because see, the other way to do is you can do the guna adesha first and then do the Echoyavayavaha become and then do the Atopadhayaha, but we don't need to go into that. Let's do the Achoniti directly and get the Avadesha, then Echoyavayavaha Shushrava. Okay, so what we have is here we have promised is Pratishrava to him. Tasmai. We saw a sutram over here, which is the Pratyang Bhyam Shubha Purvasya Karta. He gets Sampradana Sanya and then 2, 3, 14 Chatuthi Sampradane. Sovereignty.
Aishwaryam.
Over the Rakshasa. I think. Nishacharanam Aishwaryam. Then political tactics, expedients.
Nitaya.
Nitaya, that's Rajaniti's political experience. Made use of or commenced is
Samarabdha.
Samarabdha. At a proper time
Kale.
is Yukta Kali, Avasare, Yukta at the proper opportunity. Are sure, I think is the Kalu, correct. To put forth, to connect with, to bind is to generate Badnanti, and the fruits is
Fruit phalam.
so Phalam Badnanti. Okay. Time is almost up. Let's give you some homework for the next. In fact, what we can try to Padacheda and then give homework here. Sa setum bandhayamasa plavagair lavanambhasi rasatala divon magnam shesham swapnaya shanginaha. Sa setum bandhayamasa plavagair lavanambhasi rasatala divon magnam shesham swapnaya shanginaha.
Wow, this is a tough one.
It's kind of straightforward. You want to try the Setu Bandhanam. You want to try the Padacheda for us, Sven?
Yeah, let's try.
Okay.
Saha.
Saha. Setum, correct.
Bandhayam asa.
Bandhayam ase. Anuprayoga, let Bandhayam. So this will be one homework for you. We've done this many times in the class. We see you in the next Saturday, not this Saturday, we see next Saturday class, we see Anuprayoga, let, not this Saturday, most we don't have time. But look at this, I'll give you homework. So that's one homework, okay? Is you can just look at the prior notes. We've done this many times. So Bandhayamasa, look at 3135, please. And then that is which is the Am Pratyaya. Then 2481 Amaha Luksyat. And then of course the Anuprayoga by 3140. Okay? And we'll do it in next class. Okay. And then okay, go ahead.
Plavangaihi.
Plavagaihi, correct?
Lavanam ambhasi. Lavanam.
It's a samasa.
Lavana ambhasi.
Lavanambha is salty waters. Lavana mishrita. This is like a shaka parthiva thing. Lavana mishrita ambhasi. Salty, on the salty water. Lavana ambhasi. The brackish sea, basically.
Rasatala adi.
No, this today Panchami is giving me a hard time to event to you. Second one you read. Rasatalad. Rasatala is one of the neither regions, right? Patala Bhumi. Rasatala is Patala Bhumi.
Oh, okay.
So Rasatalad. Iva.
Rasatala iva. Unmagnam.
Magna is to immerse. Unmajjanam is to come out. Is to come out of the water. Is to kind of to rise from the water. Magna is to kind of to plunge. Magna is to plunge. Unmagna is to come out. Okay.
Shesham.
Swapnaya Sharanginaha. So Bandhaya Masitingantam Padam, that's for homework on the Prayoga. Who's the Karta of that? Can you try? Saharamaha. Because some prior shloka we have Pratishushra. Same Karta is continuing down here. So Raghava. So first of all, Setum Bandhaya Masa. So Ravana built the bridge. Excuse me. Viparita Ramayanam. Raghava built the bridge.
That's a good one.
So not knowing Ramayana, not knowing Vyakaranam also. So Raghava, Rama built the bridge.
No, because he was technologically advanced. He had the plane, right?
He didn't need the bridge. So he built the bridge. Okay, then Plavagaihi, it's the instrumental case. So with the help of using the monkeys as instruments. Karanarthi. So this is not the Kartaraha, they are the instruments. So with the help of the monkeys, then Lavanambasi is on the salty sea. Then there's a Iva. There's a simile over here. Try to match the Vibhakti now. Setum is Dvitiya. So he is like the Shesham. So say this bridge was like the Sheshanagaha. So the Upama is for the bridge. So Setum was Shesham Iva. Always massive bhaktis. So take this for homework. Is Setum is Shesham. Then Shesham has an adjective Unmagnam Shesham. So this was like Sheshanaga had immersed out, had come out of the water. And from where Rasatalad. So he had kind of jumped up from the Patala Bhumi. This Setu was as if Sheshanaga had come up. He had come up from the Patala Bhumi out of the water. And for what? Swapnaya, for the reposing of Sharanganaha, Vishnoho. Sharanga is the Dhanu of Vishnu.
Oh.
Yeah, so for Swapnaya means let's see Shayanaya, for the resting of Vishnu, for Vishnu to rest on that. He sleep on that basically. So this Setu is imagined by the poet. Like Sheshanaga had risen up from Patala, out of the water, he came up in order to help Vishnu relax. So that is the thing. Okay.
I thought Swapnaya is to dream.
No, Swapna is Shayana. Swapna can be don't take a dream all the time. Swapna is also can be to sleep, to relax also. So yes, that is the thing. Sometimes what happens is that in the vernacular language it takes only one meaning, but doesn't have to be same. Like the word prasanna, Prasanna normally means to be gracious, right? To be pleased.
Right.
It also can mean clear. Like prasannam jalam, clear water. If you say prasannam jalam in Hindi, it sounds strange. It's not the water is being gracious. It's like clear, nirmalam. So yes, you have to be careful. Sapna doesn't always mean. So that's why we read this text, right, to get the proper meaning in Sanskritam, not only in. Of course we get the basic idea, but you see Shayanaya. So he clarifies Shayanaya to see.
Yeah.
Okay, let's stop with that. Thank you, Nagaraj also being there, and thank you, Ven. So, by the way, Ven, we only have a few classes left now, Ven, because this is shloka number 70.
Only 2 classes left?
Not few.
A few, yeah.
Because we have 30.
Okay,
we have only 10 classes left. It's been 8 years.
Yeah, right.
10 classes left. So we'll finish it in 10 classes. So you are the only original member remaining now, Ven. You're the only man from 8 years back.
I'll switch to Wednesdays now. Yeah.
Ramo Rajamani Sada Vijayate Ramam Ramesh